Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Conversation Hockey. Today we're going to be talking about Chapter 1145, The Blaze and Branch 8's Forest number 2. Let's just skip to the part right away. The reason why you guys clicked on this video, of course, we are going to be talking about rocksdxebec because he does make an appearance in this chapter. It seems that rocksdxebec was kind of like the Shanks to Loki. Luffy one. There's no doubt in my mind that this is Xebec. As we can see, he says, "Shut it, Newgate." Edward Newgate, white beard. It's pretty obvious that this is rocksdxebec. Once again, it does make me think that we will be getting a lot, and I mean a lot, of Void Century information in this Elbaf arc. We've already seen the mural painted on the tree. Now we've got a lot of stuff going on here with rocksdxebec. I do think we will get Void Century here in Elbaf. Quote me on that. I think we're getting the flashback in Elbaf. We're going to put the color spread on screen right now. It is an awesome color spread, and it's celebrating the anime finally coming back and streaming once again. So we're very excited for that. I believe this has been drawn by one of the main animators at Toei Animation, and it is super cool. I love it so much. I especially love Sanji in this color spread. He's definitely the one that catches my eye the most. Now moving into the cover story, it's exactly what me and Dawson said. It's called Pepe is Still Alive. Yamato doesn't really seem to care because she's got her back turned, but I do believe we're going to get more of Ulti and Page 1 in the future, and I still think that we're going to get them showing us something pretty important in this upcoming part. Right off the bat, as Dawson predicted, we get to go straight back to Loki and the other Straw Hats and also the other characters and what they're doing down in the underworld right now. We see that Zoro is absolutely destroyed this queen-like dinosaur. I say queen-like dinosaur, but Bronchiosaurus was a dinosaur before Queen was, I guess. And he's taking him out pretty easy. And they cook it to eat. We actually see Zoro actually eats the meat that he just cut up off his own sword, which I thought was pretty entertaining. And of course, Luffy burns Loki not once but twice with the meat and then with the coffee, which is pretty funny as well. It's always good to see Sanji and Zoro work together. I love it. I love it when they work together and there's not Sanji slander like there usually is, because Sanji is better than Zoro, as we all know. Loki also tells the gang and Luffy and the others kind of what has been going on with him down in the underworld. He lets them know that there are world government knights already on Elbaf, and those are the people that made him on the brink of death. So now we know that they have company here on the island, which is very interesting, and I'm excited to see what Luffy and the crew's reaction is there to all of that. Next, we get Dorian Bragi and Scopper Gaban just absolutely blowing it through these children's nightmares. They mention that since the children haven't seen all their nightmares in real life, it's not as scary, it's not as strong as they actually are. And then, to the most exciting part of the chapter, at least for me, is Scopper's commentary on what is going on in Elbaf right now. And I'll quote him. He says that if Elbaf is no longer safe, the world really is ending. What exactly does Scopper mean by if Elbaf is no longer safe? I believe it means that Elbaf is a safe haven of sorts for the One Piece world for a very long time, right when the Void Century began, right when the world ended, or right when the world sank, like Vegapunk said the first time. Void Century. It's here. It's in this arc. We're getting it. I promise you. Coming up next, we go back to Jaguar D. Saul, of course, Nico Robin, and Chopper. You know, the whole gang over here on this side of the island. Obviously, Saul just took out that wolf, Farron, or Fur. He already bodied that wolf. I mean, it stood no chance. Of course, we knew that. I mean, it's Jaguar D. Saul. We saw his power showcased in one of the previous chapters, and we see it right here again. He takes it out easy. Then we get a Sea Cloud Current shoulder throw by Jinbei. He puts out that fire right away. And the crisis of the kids burning has been averted quite quickly. A conflict that's been established in the last two chapters is already over, which means, once again, it reaffirms my beliefs that we are going to have stakes risen in these next couple chapters. I guarantee it will go up. We're about to get some pretty cool stuff with Gunko and the other Straw Hats, with Nami, Usopp, Jinbei, and Brook. I think it's pretty interesting that she's going to be going up against them. These guys can take Gunko. I don't think she's that strong. The only time she showcased her strength to us so far is just against Loki, and Loki was chained up, so he was really, really nerfed. We also need to keep in consideration the fact that Gunko is a Brooke fan. So what will her reaction be when she sees Brooke? We don't know, and we will find out, I'm sure. Break next week, so we will not be getting a new chapter, but there still will be a video coming out real soon. It'll be a series on the best of the best in One Piece, and it will be about one of my favorite characters, so please stay tuned for that. Prediction for next chapter is we're going to go back once again to Loki. I'm going to play it safe. Usually when something big is going to happen, a fight or whatsoever it's going to be, it's usually either wrapped up pretty quick or it goes to a different part of the island or the story or the different part of the crew or whatever it is. So I do believe that next chapter we will be going back to Loki and we will get to hear a little bit more what he has to say about his mentor. Rox makes me think that Rox is just the complete opposite of Shanks, as well as Gold D. Roger. But I do want to lean a lot more towards Shanks when we talk about Rox now, because I think that's exactly what Oda wants us to be doing. And it's very interesting because what is Oda trying to tell us about Rox? Is he at all like Shanks? Is he completely opposite than Shanks? And what are his motives? We obviously see in this chapter that he was not as kind and as nice and as easygoing as Shanks was to Luffy when he met them. And I wonder if Harajin was there with Loki when he was talking with Rox, as we do get to see a reaction face from him, his brother, and it's got little ... So maybe he also was inspired by rocksdxebec. I don't think rocksdxebec is good. I definitely think he's bad. But I definitely think it's interesting to think that maybe Rox, in a way, was the joyboy. We got to remember that time on Elbath is different. We've kind of forgotten these next chapters what was warned of. Time moves different, to not overstay your welcome. Maybe Loki and the other giants are actually extremely old. Maybe they even lived in the Void Century. And so Rox could be a Void Century type character. We do know that Rox is not a giant, because we see him in a silhouette standing next to Edward Newgate, or Whitebeard, and standing next to the body of Loki that is unconscious on the floor. And it's pretty obvious that he is human-sized, or at least that he is Whitebeard-sized, which is already pretty massive. So he is human. But how long has he been on Elbath? The tree in the previous chapter, as we've established, maybe is like Rox's little hangout ground or something on Elbath. Maybe that's where they stayed for a very long time. And now it's kind of old because, well, Rox has been gone a long time, as we know. Garp and Roger took him out during the God Valley incident. Maybe we'll get more God Valley as well as Void Century in these upcoming chapters in Elbath. Just a quick another thing at the end of the video here. I also think we can think about the giant straw hat that we saw at Reverie that Emu was with, the frozen one. What is that? Maybe that was Rox's, as we have been talking about. He might be Joyboy, you know. Maybe the world government is not as bad as we think. Maybe they don't like Rox. Maybe Rox worked with them, and that's why Emu has the giant straw hat in a fridge randomly in Mary Jawa in the Holy Land. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there because it's important, and it's interesting that we talk about all this stuff because, hey, we never know. Oda could hit us with a crazy flashback with Rox involved in God Valley, in Void Century, and maybe, just maybe, we see him in a giant straw hat. Who knows? From the comment section for today is Luke Taylor 9315 saying, "This guy on the right is such a jerk." This is a particular comment that fuels the fire and also that we like. And I'll give kind of some context. I was the guy on the right, and throughout the video, if you noticed, multiple times I shushed, like shh, to Dawson, and it was an absolute disaster. I'm actually subbing for the schools in my area right now, mostly at elementary schools, and when the kids start getting out of hand, I shush, shh, and I do it all the time to the point where it's come like an actual subconscious thing that I've been doing to friends and family when I've been talking and someone talks over me, and it's a horrible habit that I'm going to get rid of, but I did wanted to share it because it's kind of funny. And me and my friends have been kind of joking about it. So if you would like to be featured in the next episode of Conversation Hockey, please leave one in the comment section down below. We do read all the comments. There's not a lot at this point. We're going to be growing and we're going to get more, and you will be featured if you comment. So please do. It really helps the traction for this video, really helps us get out there, and we'll really appreciate if you do that. And we'll put you in the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys noticed some set changes here. We got another little Gear 5 Luffy down here. We got One Piece chapter or volume 100 right here. We did improve the lighting a little bit, and in the next episode, the audio will be better. We did have some technical issues with the audio not really working and not really being the way we want it to be. We actually did get a microphone, which I don't know if it's here. I got like an extension and everything, and it was going to be great. The audio was going to be great in this episode. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out as planned, but I promise next rendition or next episode of Conversation Hockey, we will have great audio. That will be the next thing we'll improve. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you would like to be featured in the next video, as well as just share your thoughts on the quality of our videos, the editing, whatever feedback you want to give. We're welcome to take it, and we will 100% take it, and we will 100% appreciate it as well. So please do comment down below. Please give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, everything. Just interact with the video like crazy so we can really get it out there. We're wanting to grow, and we want to be a part of this One Piece community here on YouTube. So if you could help us make that happen, that would be great. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.